It's mic'd up with Mikie Mahtook. Got the boys in. I got Lloyd. We got Mitch. We got Jackie Boy.
He tried to jump up and he might have knocked it in.
Good timing. Let's go. What a start to the Monday. Oh, I mean, I'm from Lafayette. My boys will come in and say,
oh, God. So me and Joe on the ground, I got Joe in the headlock. And he's sitting there, he's punching me in the stomach, like, punching me.
Here, is everyone sitting around, who here thinks Ochinko can practice today after having 5 full beers? And he goes, Chad Jones, right? Chad's doing the team. 6 minutes. For 7 minutes, right? Chad's like, no, man, I don't think Ochinko can practice today. And I was like, I look back, I'm like, Jesus Christ. I saw you there. You were more fucked up than me.
On the spirit plane had some issues, I think. She was sleep farting.
You heard her or you just thought it was her?
I sat right next to her and smelled it.
Whoa. What was that?
Time for the show.
Now, when you do go to spring training, are you gonna bring your chinchilla and your turtle? My dad tell you about
In the SEC is God, they hate fat people. I mean, I get crushed for that. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, man.
Hey, just the South, bro. You got a bunch of food down here. Like they should.
Players, look at Lloyd.
You know what, Lloyd?
You're looking for a recruiting coordinator, coach, I'm here.
He's like, I'll piss my pants right now.
No way.
We're wearing gray pants, long gray pants. He goes, I'll piss my pants right now. Hello. Welcome back to Mic'd Up. Today is Friday, December 29th. It is going into New Year's Eve weekend. I think New Year's Eve is the most overrated holiday. Do you agree? Unless you're young in college.
Yeah.
And don't have a boyfriend or girlfriend.
Yeah, then it changes.
And then it's fun.
That's what it's between.
In my life, where I'm at right now,
maybe one kiss at midnight.
I may not even be
You're
awake
not
for
gonna make it to midnight.
I may not even be awake for midnight. The last 2 years, I was not even awake for midnight. For the ball to drop. It's New Year's Eve. Look,
Have you done it in New York?
Never. I will never do it in New York. Ever. You know how people
piss their pants,
piss themselves in Times Square because you can't go anywhere.
To go to see what?
To see a ball drop.
Slowly. Guess what's gonna happen at the end? Nothing.
Fireworks are gonna go off. There's gonna be a bunch of lights, and you're gonna be real drunk. And you have to pee really bad, apparently.
People wear diapers.
Yeah, adult diapers.
Yeah, nothing sexier.
It's a tough deal. Look,
you hit it off with some girl in New York City.
You go and you want to go to the club and you want to get a table. Well, now table bottle services are
55,
skyrocketed.
100.
Whole deal. Like everybody go through it. It's fun. when you're at a certain age. I think it could be fun if you did it a certain different way as you got older. Maybe you went on a trip for New Year's, you did something cool. But it's New Year's Eve weekend nonetheless, and that is on Sunday. Obviously, New Year's Day is on Monday, which is New Year's Day on Monday. Yeah, LSU plays their bowl game, the ReliaQuest Bowl in Tampa, against Wisconsin. What are you looking for? We almost had a disaster averted. Is that my mic? Now he can hear me. Now he can hear me.
Hear you. There's like a little hum because
Okay, but
I
you
think
figured it out.
when the whole table fell down, something
Yeah,
might
and
have.
it was not your fault.
No.
That was not your fault. You actually prevented it from being way worse than it actually was. But New Year's Day is on Monday. The ReliaQuest Bowl in Tampa versus Wisconsin. That is what's happening early in the day. And you also have the playoff games happening at later on in the afternoon and then into the night of New Year's Day. Just have a good hangover, sit by the TV, get some food, maybe get some doughs catered, order some doughs. I don't know if it's open on New Year's Day, but get some food.
Or just prepare ahead.
Get it, put it, like do what Lloyd does.
Exactly.
Get the food, put it in the refrigerator, and just reheat it for your New Year's Day party to watch all the games. Sit on the couch. I think that's a great day. The first day of the playoffs, the first year of the playoffs was on New Year's Day after we did the whole New Year's Eve thing in New Orleans. Woke up the next day, hungover, me and about 4 or 5 of my buddies, and we stayed at my buddy's parents' house in New Orleans and watched both playoff games. Had Popeye. It was
That was
the move. That was the move. Had no responsibilities at that time. I was really young. Had some money in my pocket. I was still playing baseball. I didn't have to do anything. It was unbelievable. We got some the giggle bus.
Like, stop.
The giggle bus over there. But we are going to.
I never know what to get. I don't like
it's Friday.
when he does that.
It's Friday. It's Loosey Goosey Friday. We're out here in Cards and Culture. If you want to come out here in Perkins Row, hang out in Cards and Culture and shop, come out here. Be careful though, because Caroline's Cookies, the line's down the street.
No free ads.
And it's unbelievable. Lafayette people. Last time they had the pop up before they opened the shop, owners came in, gave us some cookies for free, which was awesome.
We got a free ad.
Enjoyed the cookies. Apparently, a lot of people enjoy them. The line is out the door, is down the street. But Perkins Row is popping. We're excited to have this show. Obviously, like I said, it's Friday. We have a lot to talk about, but more about just loosey-goosey, have a good time. We're going to get into the LSU-Wisconsin conversation. Everybody's playing.
Yeah, well.
Almost everybody's playing,
Well.
except Jaden. Shouldn't be there. Obviously, I'm good that he's not playing. The one that isn't playing, stayed home, is Lance Hurd. Now, there's been conversations behind the scenes on why he didn't make the trip. Obviously, he is flirting with the waters of maybe the transfer portal. Maybe there's an opportunity that he feels is better for him. I think he wants to play left tackle. We have a left tackle right now. I think he also wants a position to be told that it is his position. I am not on that team. I think he is our best option at right. I think our offensive line is better with him at right tackle and Emory Jones at right guard. But Emory Jones has also played right tackle for 2 years. He was a freshman. He has played really well at that position. And I'm in the camp of, if you want a position, you go out there and you earn the position. I'm also in the camp of, if the coaches think that an offensive line is better with you at right tackle and Emory Jones at right guard, that is what they're going to do. They're not just going to give you anything, and I'm okay with that. But if you want something given to you, then, I feel like you're going to set yourself up to be disappointed, or set yourself up to maybe take that edge away just a little bit, right? Of course, everybody wants to be guaranteed something. They want that security, but you got to earn that. And you had opportunity to play in every game this year as a freshman. You had some starts. And it's just, I think that he had an opportunity to win a position. Now, I'm not saying he's transferring out. I'm saying he still could maybe have that. Look, Will Campbell has the flu right now. He didn't practice today. Be a perfect opportunity to play left tackle, wouldn't it? So I don't know. To me, that bugs me. We're going to get into that. I know y'all have some takes. Lloyd, you have your take on it about, there's two schools of thought. I'm not trashing the kid at all. I'm just saying this is how I would feel in any type of position battle. My whole life I've had to fight for a spot in my head, and that, until you earned it, until my junior year in college, where I felt like it was my spot. there's one time in the big leagues where I feel like I had my spot. I should have been. It was my spot, and it was for 30 at bats. And then they said, hey, you know what? We're gonna put the other guy there. So anytime you're never guaranteed anything. It's always should be a competition. That's the school of thought that I'm in. Before we get into the nuts and bolts of that conversation, last Thursday night football game was last night. Last Thursday night football game of the year was last night. It was the Jets, which, man, it's a shame. They had all these primetime games for the Jets, and it's tough because the team that's struggling is in the limelight the most because they were not supposed to be struggling. But the other side, the other team, the Cleveland Browns, they have an outside chance of getting number 1 seed in the AFC. They have to win the next game and obviously get some help on Sunday next week. But they went out and they took care of business. Joe Flacco, I feel like, is the MVP. Just joking, not the MVP. But comeback player of the year, no doubt. I mean, what he's doing, he's falling asleep on the sidelines in the second half.
Comeback player of the year, Coach. He's played in 5 games.
I mean,
hey,
that could make a better case for it.
No.
Comeback player of the year,
for
maybe.
as much slander as I've given
Baker
him,
Mayfield's probably going to get it. No
Come
doubt.
on.
No doubt.
Gotta give
But
Baker some love here, huh?
no doubt. 100%. Baker Mayfield's going to get comeback player of the year, and I think he's very, very much served. But if you at the end of the year, you look at Joe Flacco coming in, and he's going to be playing 6 or 7 games, and he's going to end up having 15 to 20 touchdown passes for the year.
I mean,
I saw a stat today for the first 5 games through somebody's tenure with the team, 3rd most passing yards ever.
It's crazy. Now, he has some interceptions, but, I mean, they're winning games. They're 4-1 with him as a quarterback. Cleveland Browns have had 4 different starts, and they're 11-4?
11-5.
11-5. That's unbelievable.
He's
Stefanski's coach of the year.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Right?
After
Like
last night, I would imagine so.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's what they've done, how they've been able to right the ship. Because even when Deshaun Watson was playing, the offense wasn't great. He wasn't playing great. The defense was carrying the team. They were doing their things. And now they are in prime position to have a 1 or 2 seed, probably the number 2 seed in the AFC. So it was fun to see last night. We had some props, me and you, Lloyd.
We did.
You had one. You had a prop.
A prop.
Brees Hall. Thank God the Browns were up by so much because Brees Hall the prop was under 13.5 carries. Brees Hall had 13 carries in the fourth quarter. Didn't get another carry the rest of the fourth quarter because they were down for a couple touchdowns, so they had to throw the football.
It just feels like at some point you just hand it to him. Like that's
I thought they were going to get like a 3rd and 12 draw or something. I'm like, oh no, didn't do it.
If you could have taken the, hey, will Flacco, will Brees Hall get one more carry? Like yes or no? The odds would have been astounding.
No doubt.
So
we had
that's where my
14
head
minutes
was.
in the game.
Yeah,
hey, can you get one at 14?
No. Nope.
Big gambling day last night for the props. We went 3 out of 4. Of course, I went 3 and 2 because I put all the 4 props in a parlay, which missed by 5 passing attempts from Joe Flacco. But NFL season is winding down. It's second to last weekend of the year. Saints are on life support. They need to win both games and get help. Right? Like they don't control their own destiny. They did at some point. They did it for a few different times this year, but they stink.
They've had so many opportunities.
Huh?
Baker controls their destiny.
Controls their destiny. If the Saints, but here's what I think is going to happen. The Saints are going to go to Tampa, beat Tampa, and then tie against the Falcons or some stupid crap like that and not make the playoffs.
Or just get blown out by
be like, like that. I mean, because if you look at the trend of the year, the Saints win, they get to 500, then they lose.
1 step forward, 2 steps back.
Yep, and it's like, oh, you look good, you played a great game. Oh, you won 2 in a row to get back to 500, awesome. You have an easy cake schedule the rest of the way, no problem. 10 wins looks like it's right there. Nope, let's just go ahead and just lose the next games against teams that you should win and play absolutely abysmal. And so that's exactly what's going to happen. I believe that.
I want it to.
You're very mean. That's very mean of you. Actually, I do. I don't want that. I can't watch them in the playoffs.
No,
can't watch them.
They don't deserve it. They don't deserve a chance in the playoffs. This is not I know it's revisionist history, but the New York Giants, whenever you slide in, but they might get hot. There's 0% chance, and that's not because I don't think the roster's good. I think it's because I want them to lose.
The roster is good.
Right.
The offensive line's struggling a little bit.
Ramczyk might be out forever.
Yeah, the offensive line's struggling a little bit, but outside of that, everyone else is the roster's good.
But I want them to.
We got some action today in Cars and Culture.
It's
I like
shopping
that.
season.
I like that. Well, I guess return seasons, shopping season, you go back in, exchange, store credits.
Yes.
The whole deal.
Thieving.
You want to steal things.
Say, easy time to steal, and this is the time.
I mean, that doesn't cross my mind. You're a looter.
Yes, I'll steal any opportunity given.
You're a looter.
Something small, never anything large. I'm a small-time crime.
You're like Macaulay Culkin, just steal a toothbrush and leave and stuff, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. CVS is a little busy. They can't figure out the stuff checkout. I'll just go.
You're terrible.
You're so stupid.
You're awful.
I have a buddy that every time he goes to the gas station, he steals a candy bar. Like, if he goes to get gas, he walks and he's like...
Kleptomaniac.
Yeah. Love it.
What's you get a thrill out of stealing
Kid loves a
candy
thrill.
bar?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a thrill, and it's they're charging so much for this candy. The markup is like 10x. It's not $3.99 for a Snickers. It's $0.99 for a Snickers. They charge you fairly. He wouldn't do it.
That's in every industry that is selling anything.
Well,
what are you talking about?
All right. Well,
Pop-Tarts are going to be flying off the shelves.
What do you? So you had some bowl games last night.
I did.
The Pop-Tart
Bowl. Didn't bet on it. Wish I would have.
Hey, listen to me. These bowls are getting a little bit outrageous with the names and like what they do. But the Pop-Tart Bowl, I had an article today. Saw an article on Twitter, or a post on X that said the company Pop-Tart, the parent company of Pop-Tarts, spent $2.4 million in marketing ad money for that game. The Pop-Tart guy, the live mascot coming out of toasters and shit all game.
Electric too, by the way.
Electric. Awesome. Right? That guy, Pop-Tart generated $12.5 million worth of marketing dollars in that game. They spent 2.5, but that guy generated $12.5 million.
You ever think sometimes these companies put this stuff out there just to actually boost themselves? Like, hey, we're gonna spend this. Say we made this. How? Well, nobody knows how.
This was from an independent person. This is not part of the company, but maybe they paid the company to do it. Maybe so.
I don't even think you can really put a dollar sign on what
everybody was talking about.
Exactly. That's what you're paying for, like brand recognition. And
then you get a little nostalgia, and you're like, oh, what Pop-Tarts do you like? Like growing up, I love Pop-Tarts. Scott Van Pelt comes out and says, I'm a big go to the gas station, grab the single Pop-Tart off the thing just because.
Sounds so depressing.
Like
he probably steals it.
Definitely doesn't steal it. I don't think.
He's 6'8". I'm pretty sure he's not stealing.
With a bald head, pretty recognizable. There's the whole thing about where's Scott Van Pelt.
I know he's got so many doppelgangers. It could be anyone.
Don't think that he's stealing things, but it raised a bunch of nostalgia, raised a bunch of questions, which I thought was pretty fun.
Do you have a favorite?
You get the Duke's Mayo Bowl where you get mayo, which is disgusting to me.
Yeah, that seems like that. Well, it feels like that's what kicked this whole thing off, right?
We had the Slime Bowl too, right?
Right.
The Nickelodeon.
There's another one that does it too,
though. NFL, though.
No. There's another one that does it too. There's the Duke's Mayo Bowl, and there's another one that's pouring.
Oh, the Idaho Potato Bowl.
What do they do?
There's another one that's pouring all kind of stuff on top of it.
The Idaho Potato Bowl, they started putting...
They shoot potato guns at you?
No, they put French fries in so when they dump the coach, it's French fries
in
the
nice.
Gatorade cooler. And Cheez-It did the same thing last
Cheez-It
year.
does it, yep.
There's another liquid one that's pretty... Nah, I wouldn't do that. I forget what it is. But, yeah, it's out there.
That's what you got to do.
Cognac.
Sports betting is going to keep these bowls alive.
Yes.
For as long as they can, right? Because you can gamble on it, and it's one of those things that, people love to gamble. We love to gamble. And so I think they're going to be there. But they had two bowl games last night. Both had electric quarterbacks playing.
Well, first of all, I had to look up who played in the Pop-Tart Bowl even after watching the Pop-Tart Bowl because
Will Howard left, so they didn't have a quarterback.
Well, now you see why he left. The backup is electric. That's a 4-star freshman that they brought in from...
Look at Kansas State getting 4-star freshman
Avery Johnson, and he was a roller coaster, but the perfect quarterback for a bowl game where you're like, huck it, chuck it, fuck it,
run
football,
around,
run around,
no doubt.
Make a statement. And
no doubt.
Where did Will Howard go? Where did he transfer?
It's a big name school, I think.
Was it USC? I don't know. It was something. He said, I'll look it up, but they were talking about it like literally during the broadcast. Like, this is why you see, like, maybe he needed to go to the transfer portal because of That's why Kansas State's not worried.
No doubt. And look, the kid was good, right? He was talented. He did some things. But I love listening to the commentators in these bowl games.
They got to make a storyline.
Oh, dude, they blow these players up. And it's like, this could be one of the most electric players in all of college football
That's all
next
they kept
year.
saying about it.
You watched him play for 17 seconds, and you're going to say that? Yeah, he's talented. Like, come on, dude.
Hey, this is the time of year now where
Nobody knows how to prep for him. Like,
you can legit tell who's been gambling and who hasn't been. Because I spent my night watching Shameless last night. I didn't see a single play last night, so I know what y'all. I know what interest y'all had last night because I definitely did.
The only game I gambled on last night was the NFL game.
Shameless will get you.
Like
what season are you in?
4.
Oh,
maybe.
yeah.
You're in the middle. You get to a point where it's like, all right,
Copy paste.
I'm over it.
Nah, Carl makes me laugh, man. Carl's a funny one.
He's great.
Good
it's just
God.
There's what, 8 seasons?
Where is
9
he in his
seasons
character arc right now?
Just getting into his teens.
Mm-hmm. Carl, I mean, he was already
turning into a young Lloyd.
Yeah, a little gangster.
Yeah. Great show. Daughters, nails.
Yeah, head of the household.
Nails.
Responsibility, smart.
Likes to have fun.
Steals toilet paper.
Likes to have a good time.
Yes, she does. Fiona
does have a good time.
That season 1, could have been like 3 seasons. It's everything that happens in season 1. You're like, I feel like I just watched.
This is
The
awesome.
show doesn't stop. Let's be honest. Like, it just doesn't stop.
It's like
It's
a reality
awesome.
show.
But yeah, the only game I gambled on last night was the NFL game.
Oh, boring.
It was props. It kept me watching the whole game. I didn't gamble on the college games. Lloyd did. Did you?
Yes.
Yes. What'd you do?
Oklahoma, Arizona.
By the way, Oklahoma's quarterback's pretty electric too.
Yeah, and he got all of the same kind of pub that Avery Johnson was getting, where this is Oklahoma, another 5-star Oklahoma, and you could see a lot of the talent that he has. He struggled, I think, first throw of the game got picked off. And
Yeah, I think he started like 3 of 8, then he got super
just
hot.
turned it on.
Yeah.
And I don't know who they interviewed on the sidelines. Who was their big-time linebacker that was like...
Brian
I
Bosworth. He
think
looks like he's still on the sauce.
Yeah, that's who it was. Because I was like, this man looks like a professional wrestler.
Brian, the boss. Dude,
Yeah.
he looks like he's still, like, he was talking, he had veins coming out of his neck.
Surprised Lloyd doesn't know who that is.
No, I just
know.
couldn't think of his name because I didn't see it come on the screen, but I was like, I'm pretty sure that's the boss. But he was like talking about their quarterback too and watching from the sidelines. But I mean, Oklahoma's doing it, bringing in 5 stars. They were just fun to watch. Arizona Cat was slinging it. I think he's going to the portal. So it's just a bunch of offense. So I took the over. I think it was at 60. We got 63, so we're all good.
You're good.
And I
You hit it.
teased it with
Congratulations.
something else.
Speaking of bets, I know the props aren't out this
But
week.
the line is
What's the line?
LSU
Yep.
is -10. And
I think that's a pretty good one.
let's see what the...
Buy it down to 9.5.
Oh, I teased it already. It is. Where's the over/under? I don't have the over/under yet, but I'll look at. 55.5. I teased LSU in the over.
55 is a big number for Wisconsin, I think.
LSU's defense is no good.
Does Wisconsin have an offense?
It's
They can
Wisconsin.
run the football, right?
Well,
I'd
it's
imagine.
New Age Wisconsin. Luke Fickell is their coordinator. So I mean, their head coach. So he brought in. I know he's a defensive guy, but he brought in a spread coach. So they're running a lot out of shotgun. But yes, they're still
They like to
Wisconsin.
Do they have anyone sitting out?
They're a running back. It's a 3-year starter from Wisconsin that ran
He opted
forever.
out. He's going to the NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd
So-
take the under on that. Let me be honest with you.
Under 55. I think so too. Makai, when he goes back, hopefully that
How
helps.
much you buying it down to half point too? I like that one too.
9.5.
He's not saying anything because he bought it down a whole
Well, he
point and a
teased
half.
Teased them both together.
He teased
What'd
the
you
whole point and a
get?
half.
What'd you get?
Let's see, I'll look it up.
What'd you tease it? How'd you tease? How much did you tease
He's
it?
like, yeah, even though I bought down way more.
Did you
than
just
that.
tickle it, or did
Yeah.
you really tease it? You know
I
what I mean?
moved the thing as much
He
as I
plugged-
tried to move it
blue-balled
off
it.
the screen. Let's see. So, for two-leg teaser, LSU -2.5. Love that. Over 48.
2.5.
What's the odds?
We don't talk about those.
What are the odds?
It
on
was
that?
sitting at 10. He bought it down to 2.5.
and
he
the
didn't tease it, coach.
and the
55.
over-under was 55 to 48.
That's a full-on like karate
so what
kick.
was?
-120.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's not bad at all. I
That's
got
not
it
bad.
early.
That's not bad.
And I think they still maybe. It was right after the Nussmeier news.
That's not bad at all for that. No doubt. I'm on board with
I'll
that.
probably do it again and lose that.
Now,
one.
when you start doing these teases and it's like -190, 185, I'm like, okay, that's
Don't even blink.
I know you don't. I do. That's a stupid bet.
But the more y'all talk to me about it.
And you're like, you're better than getting no money. I'm like, yeah. But you're risking the risk that you're putting to with the odds that you have is not good.
I just love Lloyd's face. I'm like, yeah, I can see Lloyd definitely buying it down a half point. Lloyd's like, yeah.
Try 10.
No. I want it down 10 points.
But I do look at the juice sometimes, and it's like I put in like $20, and it's like you're risking $20 to win $8. It's like,
Right.
Don't matter.
Exactly.
Check
I want my money.
And I get to say I won.
I just
Road
want
to
your
3K.
$8.
Still, we're going strong.
3 or 2?
I just want your $8 in my
Road
pocket.
to 3. So you're getting hot again.
Yes, bowl season.
Wow.
Nobody knows anything.
Well, it's getting hot again. I need to get hot. I need one big win to get me back on track.
Stay steady as she goes with the prop machine.
I know, but I messed up on
Hand
the one
up.
with the Alvin Kamara, and
Yeah, stick to his
it
picks.
put me in a bad spot.
Stick to his.
Not in a bad spot, but not as an advantageous
Lucrative.
spot as I would have been in.
See, I'm just waiting for the day you hit one of these, and then
I have hit a couple, but not big ones.
I know that I'm no longer the leader in the clubhouse. I'm gonna have to change.
You know it's gonna happen at some point.
It's
Hopefully
going
it's the
to.
Super Bowl.
Heads or
Last
tails?
year I would hit my props in the Super Bowl too if Odell Beckham didn't.
Yep.
That was 2 years ago.
2 years ago, I mean, if Odell Beckham didn't get hurt, because he had. I mean, he was.
MVP.
I mean, he was well on his way to doing everything that we thought he was going to do, and then knee
Bye.
gone.
See ya. He's back.
He's back. He's playing well. Ravens are what? The Ravens may be the best team in football right now.
Maybe.
What props do you think?
Since they're not
Give me some
out
of the
yet,
line. Yeah, let's predict some of those lines for the LSU game.
So I've set up a couple of hypothetical props that will probably be out the day of the game. That's what it feels like they're going to do. But since we have no clue, Garrett Nussmeier's first start, you do have a Malik Neighbors, you do have Brian Thomas, unsure about Will Campbell, who's out with the flu.
I think he'll be back.
I think he'll play
on Monday.
And then, but everybody else is returning on the offensive line. So I set up Nussmeier yards over under. I wanted to get thoughts around the room of where we should put it.
Okay.
And then I put over under touchdowns and over under interceptions
For him.
for Nussmeier.
Okay. We're just gonna go. We're gonna go player by player. Just those are all the props we're gonna talk about.
I did Nussmeier as a quarterback, Malik reception yards touchdowns, Brian Thomas reception yards
All right,
touchdowns.
I'll let you control it.
Yeah, basically
control
Taylor
it.
Card, Lacey, and then rushing for Diggs and Williams. So thoughts?
Or Diggs and Williams playing.
I mean, I'm not going to be able to spit them all out to you at once. So I'll just
No,
go
we're
with
going one by
quarterbacks.
one.
quarterback yards over under what you set it at or what it should be at.
What it should be at. I didn't set it at anything.
I would set it at
what we think they're going to set it at.
245 and a half.
It's pretty good. I was gonna say 253 and a half.
I was going to say 255 and a half.
Yeah, that's kind of we're all in the same area there.
So, and then touchdowns. I would say over under 2.5.
I say 1.5.
Ooh.
Give
Over
it
under
one
1.5.
and a half.
I like that too.
And then interceptions.
Over under 1.5.
1.5. I think it's going to be 1.5, but I could see 3.
I'm going to go over under a half.
I would take over a half for sure.
Yeah. I don't know.
Jesus.
And this is me just going off what I've seen in the bowl game and what I've seen that's from some of the practice clips. I think it's going to be Garrett Nussmeier go out there and play however you want to play. Like, let's see.
I hope he goes out there and he
I
plays
mean,
smart,
listen.
control,
Listen. First off,
No, I don't think he's
here's
gonna
what-
rein it in
here's
at
what
all.
Here's what I don't think you're being completely true about. Like if you're really thinking about this,
Here we
and
go.
you
Get
want to
into
bet this side, and then you also want to think for the LSU side. What would be most beneficial for LSU out of this game to get out of Nussmeier? Confidence sky high, right? Now that doesn't necessarily mean that we need to throw the ball 50 times to get his confidence sky high. So for me, I'm thinking, man, it'd be great if we could get him out there to actually put out a good stat line. But, man, if I don't have to have him throw the ball 45 times, it's probably best. It's in our best interest, and it's probably in his best interest as well. So that's why I'm setting the pick at over under a half. Because I don't think we say air it out. I just think they're going to take shot plays. I don't think that means they're going to throw it 50, 60 times.
I agree. I agree with that.
I'm thinking of the way that, first of all, you have new coordinators, right? So that could be a more
I think they're
conservative.
gonna
For me, that's more of a reason why they're not going to go, let's just keep throwing
I
it.
think they're going to keep it similar to they're not going to make it too much of a change right now.
I think changing the offense for them meant you'll see much less run pass option. You'll see much less their version of the triple option play these days, and it's going to be more of a in the pocket type passing and more of a real running game.
It's going to be more of hey, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to ride him so I can read the guy instead of.
But I'm never really
I'm gonna run it.
Yeah, but
I'm going to read it, see if I can get him here so I can throw the guy behind him. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they're going to change the offense too much because of that. But 245, it's like 245 to 255 yardage. I think that plays. The interceptions, obviously, you don't know. He's a new starting quarterback. It's a bowl game. 1.5 sounds right. Touchdowns, you said over 2.5. I say over 1.5, 2. I mean, I think throwing 2 touchdowns in the game would be a good thing. I think maybe more, but
what's crazy is we don't have, as much as we've seen, quote unquote, Nussmeier play, we don't even have like a full game sample size.
No, right, exactly.
Which is wild because it feels like you kind of know what you're getting with him, but you've never seen him.
And here's the deal: you've got Nuss put in some very, very tough situations. He did not start against Arkansas his freshman year.
No.
O decided to put him in 2 drives into the game, or whenever it was. One drive into the game, right?
Max Johnson, I think, went 3 and out, and Garrett Nussmeier was told that he was going to play. Basically, told he was going to start, and then they put Max Johnson in anyway for a series, just to get his feet wet.
Right. So that was kind of a weird situation, right? Puts him in kind of a situation or not a successful situation. Then he comes into the game.
Georgia.
Well, then you have conversations about should he be the starter, should he not be the starter last year. Stupid conversation. Then this year you kind of have the rumblings early on, and that's obviously gets put to bed. Then he plays in the SEC championship game last year against Georgia because Jaden got hurt. And look,
when they're down big too.
And they're down big.
Yeah.
And so he is, hey, can't get worse. We can lose by 40 points, or we can try to make a comeback. You got to do what you got to do. Best situation for him to just say, sling it. Worked out. He did well. Had some moments where probably, if you looked at the film, probably should have thrown 3 interceptions. Mm-hmm. But does his thing. You see the explosiveness of him talent-wise.
15 of 27 for 294, 2 touchdowns and 1 pick, and a half of football.
Yeah,
we've never really gotten to see him come in and be the floor general / scoring point guard at the same time. It's either been, hey, I'm Steve Nash at his best and I'm not ever taking a shot, or I'm Rajon Rondo at his best and I'm not ever taking a shot, or it's been, hey, bro, I'm just here, I'm running, I'm calling the plays, I'm going to get this thing out of my hand and y'all run this thing.
And then you have him this year, the only really significant playing time you saw this year was Alabama after Jaden got hurt again. So it was just, it hasn't been a lot of good situations for him.
Yeah.
And to your point, Jay, is like he hasn't had a whole week, 2-3 weeks of preparing as the starter, running the reps, getting the timing with his wide receivers, understanding what the game plan is going to be like because he's the quarterback.
Or being the focal point of the game plan too.
Right. And now he's going to have it. So that's what I'm excited to watch, is to see, okay, this game plan is revolved around you. You are the starting quarterback. There is no question about it. You're getting all the first-team reps, and you have had 3 weeks to get acclimated with your wide receivers.
You don't even have to do this.
Exactly. I am very much looking forward to seeing that. I'm very much looking forward to seeing the wide receivers, which brings us to the next conversation, the props for Malik.
Which that's where it could go. I don't even think he'll be on the board.
How many does he need to break the record?
I think he needs 23 yards.
So I got over under at 40.
Yeah, I was gonna say the 50 mark again. I was gonna say over under like 51.5.
Because I can see him sitting there with a 14-yard catch and then some big catch and then he's not playing again.
Right.
I just don't think he's gonna play the whole game.
And that's what I was wondering, if he was going to. I think it feels pretty much nobody would blame him, right, for coming out.
No.
But he's going through all the practices and he's preparing like a starter. I don't think he's taking reps away from anybody. I think everybody kind of knows what they're in for, but I would imagine that after he breaks the record, you see the pads off, and hoodie on.
And look, and maybe if he breaks the record in the first quarter, maybe he plays till halftime.
That's more of what I was thinking. If it's like all right, you have a set number of plays that we want you to get to, or it's like as soon as you get the record, you're out.
I don't even think it's going to be that. I literally think it's going to be how long does it take for – I don't think they're going to force the ball to him.
Right.
But I think as soon as he breaks the record, it is somewhat of a mini celebration, and he's out of there.
I mean, I think it's going to be first play straight to Malik.
I mean, maybe, but then
I'm talking about like literally force feed it over.
They're not
going to
throw 5 straight passes to him.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they did that either, but I just don't think it's going to be over.
You get the records? Okay, here's 5 straight bubble screens.
Like literally, yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like I can see first play, stick it in the stomach, pull it out, bubble screen right to him, some slant route, something
to get it
easy
comfortable,
to get him going, and then find it in the flow of the game, which will probably be in the first drive.
I like the over/under half a touchdown.
Yeah, I still would put him on the board for a touchdown.
Half a touchdown.
And then,
Over/under for half. So I think maybe one.
And then you leave.
Look at Kentucky beating Clemson 21-17 or 16. 21-16.
Oh, they're playing. They're playing hard.
There you go.
That
Go ahead.
Kentucky quarterback stinks. He's been doing that all year. But next question, and it's kind of in the same vein as Malik, where do you think that Brian Thomas plays the whole game? Because they've been kind of talked about in the same.
I saw a mock draft where Brian Thomas was going 10th.
Right. And I've seen it as high as like 28th.
Yeah, I've seen him pretty much in the back end of the first round. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw the highest I saw was him at 10, Malik at 5, and Jaden at 4.
And then they had Mel Kiper come out and say he's hearing more Jaden Daniels going 1 than Caleb Williams now.
Well, in this mock draft that I was talking about, because we talked about Drake May, this mock draft that I saw had Drake May going 1.
And now Mel Kiper says it catches fire now. It might go for a while here.
Well,
Mel Kiper changed his tune real quick.
What's going to happen is you'll see this board shifted up, especially for quarterbacks. It'll change until there'll be a pro day, then it'll change after that, then it'll change after the Senior Bowl, then it'll change after the Combine, and then it just becomes whisper season where
Yeah, of course.
rumor season about, well, I heard he did this whenever he was at X school.
right.
And
If I'm Jaden, I'm not throwing until
Nobody
it's pro
went to
day
his
here.
birthday party.
yeah, that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
that kind of thing.
So if I'm Jaden, I'm not throwing until it's pro day here. You get one chance to see me throw one more time. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. You're not gonna get. I'm not picking up another football in front of y'all at least.
Yeah.
In front of the eyes,
No
the powers
doubt.
they need to be.
I'm going to run a 40. I'm going to do one set of testing.
He's
All
running.
pro day.
Unless he goes to the Combine and
Crushes it, then
No,
he
no,
gets to go 1 overall.
There's no reason to throw. Like what would be the reason for him to throw at the combine?
No, I'm with you.
Be
No,
none.
I agree.
I just don't see him doing it. Why would I go throw to dudes I've
I'm gonna
never
throw
thrown
it
to
to my
before?
own guys.
I'm gonna throw to my own guys
Yeah.
here who I've thrown to for the last 2.5 years.
Right.
And then I'm gonna go out. Even if it's obviously it's gonna be 2 guys that are in this draft as well. But even if it wasn't, like I would still throw
Because
here.
the pro day, I mean, going through a combine, like he's not gonna say like, Will Levis, light it up. Hey, I'm gonna throw the ball from one hash to the other hash, 75 yards in the air. Great.
Zach
Well, there was 2
Wilson.
reasons why Will needed to do it. Like just like you said, big goofy arm, like crazy
Right,
crazy
like that-
arm.
like
But
Jaden's
also
not-
he didn't have the year that he
No
needed
doubt.
to have.
No doubt.
Jaden has only done this. Why take it as a chance to
Exactly,
go
and
anywhere else but continue doing this?
Jaden's game is a mixture of everything.
Yeah.
Good arm, has the ability to make all the throws he needs to make, accurate, on time, can run, understands the offense, goes through his progressions. You don't get to see all of that at the pro day, at the combine. Like you see the arm.
Right, that's all
You see
that
the
people
arms
are
of guys
looking
you
at.
don't know. So that's your point. Like, yeah, I agree. Like, he probably won't.
And you take it there. If I go to the combine,
He'll run over there, though.
There might be, literally might be, and I would say probably less than 30% chance that there's one other guy there who I may throw an actual another pass to ever in my career,
Yeah.
especially over the first contract of my career. Why am I going to go basically do a test there and get graded on
Yep.
guys I've never thrown to before and I'll never throw to again? I'll just go throw at home and with everybody
No
I've been
doubt.
Well,
throwing
that's
to.
when you get the negative spin. Why does he want to throw at the Combine? You know how that always. I'm just saying that's what pundits
No, for sure.
say.
But that's the part of
right.
part of
That's
it.
the part of draft day.
Yeah. How did we get to this conversation?
And then it's going to be, I wonder if Jade can throw an NFL football. How big are
We
his
were talking
hands?
about Brian Thomas.
yeah, Brian Thomas, the draft, all that stuff. Yeah.
That's an interesting one, though. I
don't know if he plays all game.
I say not all game, but
No.
I say probably longer than Malik, I would imagine.
That's what I would think, because Brian Thomas could use this, especially if Malik comes out, to be like that one receiver for a half or 3 quarters, where it's like, all right, this is what I would do if Malik wasn't here type deal. It's
Yeah,
like,
but I
oh
don't-
shit, we might have taken him top 15.
I think that's thinking a little too deep. Just
Yeah.
in a sense of like what evaluator is going to take that super serious in the sense of, well, he's never really played in a game with this guy before. The other guy's going like, it's not that big of a deal. We've seen you all year, and you were able to do such and such as the quote-unquote 2. We do think there is a ceiling between a 1 or 2 in there somewhere.
Yeah, and hey, you're 6'4"
Yeah.
and you can run like.
yeah, just put it. I'm saying he gets a chance to put all of that on display multiple
I
times.
think he plays a little longer.
I don't know his numbers off the top of my head.
No,
but
that would be that's a tough one to put the numbers on.
I would say like over
I would-
under 75 and
Yep,
a half
I like that.
yards.
I
and
I would
like that.
imagine
one touchdown.
he's
one and a half
probably in his
half a
mind
touchdown.
maybe trying to play for whatever milestone number that is, and it may not even be like a real milestone.
It's his personal goal.
Yeah, like he may be sitting at, I don't know, 1,200 yards in the year. He's like, if I'm gonna play, let me get to over 1,300 and I'm done. Or so I really
I
don't
want
lead the nation in touchdowns.
Yeah, how many
Yeah,
touchdowns
exactly. Maybe let me get to 15 touchdowns on the year and I'm done. Maybe
it's
something
like when
like
you're
that.
in baseball, like these guys are hitting. Oh, this guy's hitting 278. He wants to hit 280. 285.
Like
it
it
Just feels better. Looks better.
Just looks better.
If,
Right?
if I ended the year with 13 touchdowns, or if I ended it with 15 touchdowns, feels better.
Like round numbers. That's kind of how. Yeah.
Everybody. That's how the world works.
Yeah.
15 sounds great.
That's
13
it.
sounds bad.
That's it. All right, so that's it. Is that all the props we got?
No, and then the last one I wanted to add on here is
The running back props, I don't know, dude.
Yeah, well, Josh Williams was. They've always been like talking to the players at bowl practices. They've had media sessions, and they asked if he was coming back to LSU or thinking about the draft. And he has incredibly, he has one more year that he could use for eligibility. At LSU.
6 year, right?
Yeah, and he said that he's leaning towards coming back.
Nice.
So
I know they really want him.
Yeah, they do. Just to have like stability in the room because of all of you have guys, but guys
young
that are
guys.
proven.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so it's between him and Diggs. And I don't know what Diggs' decision is either.
So it depends on which one. Are they both going to come back? Like, if they both come back, like, they'd be happy with that, or like they want one or the other?
I don't know why they wouldn't want to run it back with both, but it feels like they think that Diggs is leaving and that Williams is staying.
Okay.
But they would be, I'm sure they would run it back with what they just had. It wasn't bad.
It would make sense in the sense, like,
They do want to see what Caleb Jackson can do.
Yeah.
I know that. And Caden Durham. They want to work him in.
I'd imagine if Diggs is leaving, this would be a perfect showcase for him to, hey, I'm healthy. Hey, this is still in the box.
125 yards and
go
2
from there.
touchdowns. Type
Jesus.
thing.
Yeah. But
I'm not saying that's his numbers.
no,
That's
but the
fine.
running back numbers are going to be inflated because you're taking away probably, 60% of your rushing offense. He was Jaden Daniels was your leading rusher all year.
Yep.
Went over 1,000.
Yep.
So that's gone.
Yep.
And so you'll probably see
And
more.
you get rushing yards from some other people.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're going to see some more jet sweeps. Not the Matt Canada jet
No,
sweeps.
pop pass.
You're going to see a lot more, like pop passes or, kind of like motions with our guy, Aaron Anderson.
He was running around out there for LSU dropped a little hype video.
Yeah.
He was in everything.
So,
He pops on those things.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. I can see that.
But
over under yards rushing for Logan Diggs.
65 and a half.
I'm going to go higher.
Ooh.
76.5 yards rushing. Over under
Half a touchdown. One touchdown.
1 touchdown.
One and a
Well, I
half.
guess you had 1.5.
1.5.
Yeah.
I think he gets in the end zone once.
Yeah, 1.5.
But that's what I'm interested in to see if it's a Diggs showcase or like Josh Williams is who we're going to be running it back with Nussmeier.
I think it's going to be both.
Yeah.
I think both are going to get the opportunity.
But the last one is Kyron Lacey, who is also coming back. The only one of the three in the bowl game that you will definitely see next year. So I wanted to see how they would use him in the offense if they put him in a position to be actually a one, because that's where he would be slotted to be next year. With
Yeah, but I don't know. I think he's best in the slot. I don't think he's an outside guy.
yeah, he's just the one that's coming back with the most experience that he'll get the lion's share of the snaps.
Over
And-
under 47.5 yards receiving.
Over under, I would give him over under 69 and a half.
Yeah, I was going to say 65 and a half.
Because I think he's playing the whole game. So.
That
And
was
how
another
long
thing.
is it going to be as at best 3? I don't know.
Right.
But
Versus-
I'm going to go 69 and a half.
You just got to catch
You
it.
got to catch it.
Yeah, that's the
Well,
big-
but we're setting the over under here, which, that doesn't really factor into it, right?
Well, you have to catch to get the yards.
Yeah, but I would imagine they might think he would catch enough of them to be
Yeah,
able to be
yeah.
factored into
Yeah,
that.
for sure.
You got to get a lot of
69
Gonna
and a
get
half.
enough opportunities. That's
There
for
you go.
sure.
Yeah, there you
For
go.
sure.
I didn't put any of the young cats in, but I'm excited to see that too. Nussmeier working with what will be the new version of. It's a totally clean slate, basically, offensively.
Well, and you're looking forward to the offensive side. I'm looking forward to the defensive side because, and Jared knows, not because I think they're gonna be great, but Jared knows how this goes. You go into the bowl game, it's kind of like I don't want to say a new season, but like it's like this refresher. It's like, oh, you had a break, you kind of had this big layoff from the games, and now you're getting ready to go into the next year. And it's like, hey, this is kind of going to jumpstart me into the next year, and it's like maybe solidify a spot or really show something that I am that maybe they didn't think that I was. So we saw a lot of these young guys start to get some valuable opportunities on the defensive side the last 4 games of the season. They started playing a little bit better, with Toviano and all those guys are starting to play a little bit better. So I'm interested to see what that looks like with them as far as like effort and going out there and how much, I guess, how much more confident they feel out playing defense.
Because I feel like, I know it's a
I don't think it's by any means they're going to be great. Like, I'm not saying they're going to go and like, shut them out. But
it's the same kind of scenario where I don't have anything to lose being out here. Like, I feel like I'm pretty much like Toviano's going to be a starter next year. Stamp's going to be a starter next year. Like, let me actually be a starter.
Yeah.
And from what Brian Kelly said, you get to see Deshaun Walmack come out in the nickel package now, so he'll definitely be getting
in the dime, right?
Dime
He's going to be a jack linebacker in dime package, yeah.
And he said he had one job to go get the football, so he'll just be rushing off the edge. But those are the kind of guys that you're excited to see. What weeks will be out there a lot? Like, he'll probably be starting.
Speaking of the cornerbacks, Deuce Chestnut officially in the portal. Denver Harris officially in the portal. So you will never see those guys again.
Denver Harris you could always come home. Door's always open.
You got a tweet.
I could fix him. Let me be his mentor.
I think of all the people in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, the person who I have the most confident in not being able to fix him is you.
Everybody needs a fall guy. I did that. That was me.
Johnny Manziel taught you that.
Yeah. Denver wasn't even here.
That's tough. But yeah, so what are you looking forward to seeing with these young guys?
Just remember this when you get that contract.
I just can't imagine Lloyd being the one that they, send someone to for quote unquote fixing
let you just
maybe my guy.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess if you're going to talk about the defense, I do want to see him play. Well, there's two things. There's a couple things actually. A few things I should say. I do think they're all going to play super fresh, right? So I think they're going to be flying around hair on fire anyway.
Yep.
So I think they'll be playing fast. But they've basically had a year to be in the system. We'll find out if the system's staying, right? But they've had a year to be in the system. How much have they learned? How much are they able to grasp of what the defensive concepts are and play it at a fast pace and play it correctly? And I think you'll see that and look for if there's any big plays or how many big plays you see Wisconsin with. To me, that'll mean that there's been busted coverages or not gap integrity where guys are playing fast probably because they're fresh.
Yep.
Because they're getting the shot finally, but they're a little too overzealous or maybe reading the wrong things and stuff like that. That's kind of what I'm looking to see if you kind of get that.
Yep.
Boy, would the noise get loud if Wisconsin, of all offenses, who is not very good, comes in and puts up 35 on LSU. Even in a bowl game, the noise around Matt
Yeah,
House.
but I think that noise would be misguided. Like I said, if you're going to run the younger guys out there and that happens, okay. But you also still now have a full offseason and camp to work with those guys to be able to get them up to speed and play the defense correctly. Like that really wouldn't matter to me. I would just want to see like who's got potential and who doesn't, who can do it and who can't.
Oh, I'm not talking about the rational people. I'm talking about.
There's not very many of those.
I'm talking about the. What is it? 11 a.m. kick.
Well,
for
that's
LSU?
Well, that's what we
12.
enjoy.
Because it's Eastern
that's
time
why we
over
enjoy
there.
coming here is to speak some rationality into
11 our time.
Some of those minds a little bit.
11 a.m. hungover from New Year's. Keep the party going. Start firing off some tweets about.
I'm telling you,
LSU's
going
defense.
to Tampa for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day sounds like an awesome time. So if you're thinking about it, I'm not going to be there, but if you're thinking about it, go do it because Tampa's a good time. Tampa's a fun time.
And you could go watch the Saints play.
And you can get out of Louisiana for New Year's.
But that's what I'm interested to see. Obviously, I think like one of the concerning next year is if Mason Smith goes in and shows that he's fully healthy and like dominates the football game, there would be chatter maybe, oh, he should go to the draft. Like if you just put it on tape one time and that thought gets in his head, it's like, all right, maybe I could make this huge leap. And then Mikkie Wingo kind of in that same vein. I don't know if he's playing to prove that he's healthy and back for the NFL draft or if it's because he wants to run it back with LSU's defense.
Yeah.
Those are my two question marks on the defensive side. The rest of the young guys is just going to be fun.
I'm ready for this game to happen and do what I need to do. Hopefully win the game, move past it, and then
I feel like
get all these conversations about who's going to be fired, who's not going to be fired, who's going to be hired. Let's get past all this. What are you going to say?
Well, I think that LSU took a lot of positive momentum out of the Purdue game last year.
No doubt.
LSU was like, oh, this is what it could look like, and you score 45 points, and everybody was flying around. Malik Neighbors had his coming out party. Like, there's a lot of positives.
No doubt. It's a big jump. It's a big game. It's a jumpstart game where guys who were kind of like budding stars become stars, right? Guys like, oh, we think you can see this or you have this ability. You've shown flashes, but now show it on like a bigger stage, and now you kind of go into the next year knowing like, I'm going to be the guy, right? Yeah, I'm with you. What? Oh, I thought you were going to say something. Look, that's why you set up like you're about to say something profound. No. Okay.
I mean, there's a lot. There's an opportunity for guys in this bowl game to kind of separate themselves. That's really what it turns into. So you will see who gets the opportunities and who steps up, and that's kind of that's what it boils down to in this situation. Because for LSU, I still think it is a big game. That 10th game, that 10-win season is still on. It's still on the hook right here, and that's the kind of stuff that builds expectations. That's the kind of stuff that builds top-flight recruits coming in here year after year, is to be able to do stuff like that. So,
you saw what LSU was ranked, going into the Florida State games, a top 10 matchup. Five, and I think a lot of that was, Brian Kelly's second year, Jane Daniels coming back. You get all of that. Now it's okay. Let's see what it looks like with Nussmeier, but the question marks still remain. If LSU lays an egg, which I don't think will happen. I think, whatever changes they're going to make defensively, I feel like they've already happened. Like, they're not waiting to see Matt House's performance.
Right.
Contingent on
this is not his job is not contingent upon this game.
Right.
I agree. You have the LSU games at 12 Eastern, 11 o'clock Central Time, right? So you get to watch the game. It'll be over, say, around 2:30, 3. Probably 2-ish. You could take a little nap. Drink some Heineken Silvers during the game. You're a little hungover, hair of the dog. Take a little nap, and then you got the semifinals that start at 4 o'clock Central Time, and then 7:45 Central Time. First game is going to be the Alabama versus Michigan. Michigan, the line keeps going up. Michigan's favored by 2 now. The over/under is 45. Michigan's favored by 2. Alabama money line is plus 110. If you're feeling like you want to do that. I do feel like I kind of want to do that.
I've already taken Alabama.
By the way, did you hear the Jalen Milrose interview about
Bill O'Brien?
What Bill O'Brien told him?
That was the mistake of the day, but we could do it.
Oh no! Okay, we'll wait.
Go ahead.
We'll wait. Boy, that's a tough.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's a tough situation. Like Uncle Bill,
B.O.B.
He didn't like Jalen, and Jalen Milrose was saying, "Hey, look, watch me." That's a good motivator, but that's a bold.
Yeah, just to say, Bill O'Brien, whenever he was at Alabama, told Jalen Milroe he stinks.
There you go.
And he should, if you want to play here, you should move positions. You should consider a position
change. You're not a quarterback.
Change. You're not a quarterback. And Jalen Milroe's like, well, what would you think until you stunk at your job? And he's like, it wouldn't feel good. He's like, it didn't feel good, but I'm here now, and where's he? And
very good point.
But to Bill O'Brien's, point, I don't know if you should have flat out said he stinks, but I still think probably up until Alabama really
LSU.
got. Yeah, I was going to say the LSU game, that Jalen Milroe did feel like he's kind of a one-trick pony. Then you see what happens against Auburn, where there's a reason they were losing that game. Like, he's not been.
No, he's not the most polished guy yet.
No, but he gets another year at quarterback.
But he's also gotten better, right? Like,
yeah.
He's going to be one of the favorites for the Heisman going into next year. I would imagine top 3, top 4 Heisman.
I think he would be the betting favorite.
Ewers.
Yeah.
Probably would be the favorite.
If he comes back.
If he comes back, because he had said Jackson Dart will probably be up in that conversation, maybe because veteran. If he comes back,
gets the lane started at left tackle.
Yep. Pete, stay out of Louisiana, man. Stay over.
That's
there.
your boy.
Stay over there. But
or come here.
He's developing. Jalen Milroe has gotten better and better. So yeah, I think he's proven that he can play the position.
Especially
how consistent is he going to be?
And he's turning into the quintessential, this is a college quarterback where I can do both. I'm probably not the most polished passer, but don't let me improvise.
Right.
Because if he gets on the run, and I don't think Michigan has seen anybody like him, or pretty much.
You don't think, or you don't? Are you? For
I
sure?
know they haven't. Yeah, but that's where that's why I'm putting my money on Alabama. It just feels like Michigan is a tumultuous year, obviously. Harbaugh's, I guess, back for now. Don't know what his future holds. You don't have Connor Stallions. Do you see where they couldn't use?
You don't have Connor Stallions.
Well,
nobody knew who Connor Stallions was, and now it's a big thing that we don't have him.
They've only what was the stat? They've scored like one
touchdown, offensive touchdown, right? You said?
Yeah.
You told me this stat. I don't know.
Yeah, since Connor Stallions left, I think they've only it's something like that. But to the point that they're still worried about Michigan tampering, Alabama hasn't been allowed to use their iPads in the hotel.
They feel like they got hacked.
So they're doing old school.
That's next level stuff right there, huh? Connor Stallions hacked into all their iPads.
That's why it's funny because they said that with an offensive player, and I think it's funny that Lloyd keeps bringing up the offensive stat. Just like, think about sign stealing when it comes to baseball. Nobody's trying to sign steal or like seriously down hard trying to sign steal offensive signs. Yeah. So I don't really think the sign stealing thing is so paramount to the offensive side of Michigan. I think because even the one example we showed on our show was of their defense against Ohio State's offense, where their defense was getting the signs about their offense. So I think that's where it's become more of a thing for them. So Lloyd keeps bringing up the other side. I'm like, I'm not sure how big of a influence it is on that side.
Is it because Connor Stallions got caught, or is it because Jim Harbaugh hasn't coached last year?
Coach, and yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, but the Bill O'Brien thing for me is, boy, context is everything. Like, I would love to have actually heard what was said.
Yep, me too.
I think we're a little unfair to Bill.
Agreed.
Just in this one.
Agreed.
Just because look, don't get me wrong, Bill. You know, Bill
may have said it.
Bill's been who he's been. He's got his past, right? He was the guy that said all the things to DeAndre Hopkins and treated him the way he treated him and pushed him out of there. So everyone's got a bias to how this thing was said, and because of how Milroe kind of like posed how it was said in his mind to him. So you kind of get the feel like it wasn't a very like challenging way. It was a literal like you just
you ain't playing quarterback if I'm here.
So it's you know, we have that feel about it, but we also didn't hear. So I don't want to get too much on him about it, but knowing what you know of Bill, you could see it being said the way you think it was probably said. I just won't judge it that much.
Yeah,
a whole lot of this in practice from Bill. Like, okay, get him out.
I'm up. Next.
Okay, the stat was, here, I have it pulled up. And this was sent to me it was 2 weeks ago. So total
they
touchdowns.
haven't played a game since.
Total touchdowns that J.J. McCarthy was responsible for with Connor Stallions. First 7 games, 17. Last 5 games without Connor Stallions, 1.
Okay, but I get it.
Yeah.
I feel you. But once again, like when I think about signs, like what am I trying to – like the defense ain't setting up until they see you get set up or see what you brought in already. Signs have been given already. So what signs are you stealing at that point?
I don't know how deep this whole thing goes. If they're
I know. That's why I'm asking you, because you keep bringing it up. Yeah.
It could be a coincidence deal. It could be because
who they play in those last 4.
You started running the ball.
Yeah, it could be because because Harbaugh wasn't there.
Harbaugh's not there. Who did they play in those last 4? What were the scores in those games? Like, I don't really think any of those games were very close, so they probably just ran the shit out of it. That's, you know, like those things like that make me.
Michigan -2, over under 45.5. What do we like? Who do we like in that game?
I like Alabama in that game.
Money line.
Money line, yeah. If I'm gonna go money line on that one, yeah, I'm going with the spread as well. Like, yeah, I like Alabama in that.
What about 45.5?
I like the over in that.
Under.
I think there is one thing. Like, I think when you really give so much credit to a Big 12 defense or Big 10 defense throughout the season, and then they have to play an SEC team. I'm not saying that they're not good. I'm not saying that they don't have good players. I'm not saying that they don't have top flight players. As a unit, though, I do knock it down from where they're talked about because they're not facing those kind of athletes and those kind of offenses for that 12-game schedule.
Right.
So as good as they're saying that defense is, it may very well be very good. I'm just not sure it's where they say it is. How good? We'll see. We'll get a chance to see.
Shut out Iowa.
They've been literally on the list for
the juggernaut.
The lowest totals for like 3 or 4 games this year.
Juggernaut. They've set all of the records for the lowest totals in college football history.
Yeah.
I think they were undefeated against the spread if you took the under in all of their games. Mm-hmm. Are they playing in a bowl?
Yeah, they only lost 3 games.
I know. What is it? I got to ride that gravy train.
I think they already played. I don't know. So we like Michigan. I mean, we like Alabama against Michigan.
Iowa, Tennessee, the Cheese at Citrus Bowl.
There you go. Milton's not playing.
No, he's not.
No, he's not. He's declared for the draft. He's a guy that's going to try to light up in the
They're playing
He should.
They're playing the $8 million
one-trick pony
man.
that we know of.
Yep. Hey, you're going to run fast and throw the ball far.
Somebody will take
That's all you got. That's all you got.
Big
Can we own
combine
it
for
in?
him.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. All right, so we like Alabama. The next one is Texas, Washington. All-State Sugar Bowl. They played last year, by the way, in the Alamo Bowl.
Give me the over-under on that one.
They played 2022. Texas lost to Washington in the Alamo Bowl. Texas favored by 4 points. What do you think the over-under? You already know it is. What do you think the over-under is?
66.
I mean, you're pretty good, dude. 65.5.
I'm up there. I'm fucking away.
You're there.
I told you, shootout, not necessarily meaning it's a real close game, but I do think the score ends up being decently close in the end. And however they get to that over, not saying it has to be a, within 7 to 10 point the whole game, but I do think it gets to the over in that one.
Okay. Who do you like?
I like Texas.
Like the line or money line?
Money line. What was the line on it again?
4.
I'll stay away from
yeah.
that one. I'd fade that. I'd fade it. If I had to,
You'd almost have to take Washington.
give me Washington to cover. Give me Texas money line.
All right, Lloyd.
I'm in that same boat. I don't have any feel for this game. I haven't watched Texas play a whole lot, but their last. You just saw Oklahoma State and what they did in their bowl game. Texas
What'd they do?
49-21. Oklahoma State played Texas A&M 31-23, and they.
Okay, Texas was on their 5th string quarterback.
Yeah, that is true. But this is after Oklahoma State got blown their doors off by UCF 45-3.
Yeah.
So it's just a wonky game. But I just don't. I feel like I don't know anything about Texas. The one time I really watched them play.
They have some good. They're good. They have a first-round wide receiver and Xavier. What's his name?
I don't remember the first time.
He's a first rounder. I forget who he is. Their quarterback, obviously, Quinn Ewers is really good. Xavier Worthy. That's right.
Yeah.
They have their defense is playing a lot. Like they're good.
Yeah.
They have a really good another really good running back. So they are good. Obviously, Sarkisian's their head coach. So the offense is going to be sophisticated. It's going to be good. They're going to know what they're trying to do, and they're going to be able to execute it. Huh?
He's so mad all the time.
Sarkisian?
Yeah, the last time you saw him, I think it was it the Alamo Bowl?
Well, he stopped drinking.
Oh.
So maybe he's
Maybe he should start again.
No. He's a better coach without drinking. Him and Lane. Lane stopped drinking. Lane's been sober. He announces on Twitter all the time.
Mike McDaniels is sober too.
Yeah.
There's a trend there, Lloyd.
Quitters.
Hey, give me Texas money line.
So we got Texas. We got rematch. Texas, Bama.
I'm on Texas now that I'm thinking about it.
We got
Washington
Texas,
is a
Bama,
fraud.
and the college football.
Hey, because I think there's 3 games that Washington played this year. I really don't count Arizona State. I'm just not counting them. But you take Washington State and you take Oregon State. The only 2 games they were held under 30 points. Rivalry game. The other one, another pretty good team that's in that
good
conference.
defense. Oregon State,
right? Probably one of their kind of somewhat rivals too. Other than that, that offense, you're gonna have to score to beat them.
Yeah.
So that's what.
That's why I like the over.
Okay. And they do keep everything close.
Yeah. All right. I'm with the Texas bet. I'm with Texas Alabama rematch of first game of the season.
Alabama minus.
Second game. Was it first or second? Second game of the season.
Alabama plus 2.5 in that. I'm sure.
Alabama will be favored in that.
You think?
In the rematch, you think?
Well, if you look at the championship odds at the bottom of this screen that you put in there, which is a great document by you. Michigan's has the highest odds at plus 185. Alabama's plus 200. Texas at plus 250. So I believe Alabama would probably be. It'd be maybe a pick 'em, but I would believe Alabama would probably be favored in that. Minus 1.5 maybe.
Worst Alabama team he's ever had.
That's what he said.
That's what they say.
That's what they said. Alabama fell off.
Wasn't going to be there. He was ready to call him.
Here's a question. Coach. Does he win and ride into the sunset and go home? Say, I'm going to take my ball and go home, and I'm retired to my nice mansion that I just bought in South Florida with my wife.
I say no, but
I say no, too.
rumors are out there.
Yeah.
Rumors are swirling.
Well, I heard his wife's sick. That's the rumor.
Rumors are swirling.
Yeah, and then there was for the Georgia forums that reported that he got an astronomical contract to go sit in the booth with ESPN and be on game day.
I'm sure that's probably one of those Tom Brady contracts.
That definitely probably is going to happen.
That's the Tom Brady
whenever he's
contract.
done.
Like, apparently Tom's already been paid. He hasn't
So-
done a game.
He hadn't caught a game yet.
So he's going to retire, and then Kirby Smart's going to go coach the Falcons? Boy, LSU's in a good spot going into next year, right?
I think that's wishful thinking. But, yeah, sure.
Or-
you want to go with it, go with it.
Kirby goes to Bama.
Nah.
No.
No.
He ain't they ain't leaving Georgia to go. He's doing at Georgia. He's doing what Saban did at Bama at Georgia right now.
Yeah, don't
He's
tell
one.
that-
No, he ain't leaving.
Don't tell that to Alabama fans. Oh, we can get whoever we want.
No, he ain't leaving. If he leaves, he's
They
going
don't
to
want
the
him,
NFL.
though. They're not going to – no, I mean, they don't want him, but that's not going to happen.
He's going to the NFL if he leaves. I'm not saying he is going to the NFL. I don't think he's going to go to the NFL. I think he's a college guy.
Who takes the
me
job
too.
after Nick?
Dan Lanning.
Dan Lanning. That's what I think.
Tough act to follow, always.
I mean, I'd imagine that's the only one.
That's
Who
the
else
big-
are they going to offer?
That's
You
the
know what I
biggest
mean?
name that you could get.
That's
Are
the
they
only
going to bring Sarkisian back? No, Sarkisian's not leaving Texas.
Brian
Okay,
Kelly.
so then let me throw this one at you.
No.
Let me throw this one at you because I do think there's one more dark horse who I don't think is going to take the job that I did think he possibly could get. You know which one I'm going to say. You know who I'm going to say.
Jimbo Fish. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Who is it? Who is it?
Upgrade a team by 3 or 4 wins this year. You upgraded a team by 3 or 4 wins next year. Prime time. It's possible. Don't
Listen,
don't
Deion.
think it's not possible.
Deion's not going to take it. He won't get offered it this year.
No.
But if you go another
No.
year in Colorado and
That's my
making
point. Yeah, this is my point.
But I don't know if Colorado can do that next year with the guys unless they bring in a great transfer class. But you never know. I'm not doubting Prime. I love Prime.
Just saying.
I think he's doing a great job with
Just
that.
saying. That's another dark horse. In that situation, if you talk about leaving, if you have to replace Saban there, I think that those two would be the absolute prime candidates. And I think because of what that system already is, there's no need to shoot low. Every big fish in the pond will be willing to take that job, knowing that that's an absolute machine already. Keep it rolling.
Dabo was a front runner for a while. Everybody thought, and that is over. Dabo's
a Clemson guy.
Yeah, well, I don't know how much longer he's gonna be a Clemson guy if he doesn't start winning more games over there.
True.
He's not. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to
Very
give
true.
any money in NIL. He doesn't want to. My buddy actually, I was texting my buddy who went to Clemson.
I might know him. Might know him a little bit.
Yeah, and I was like, "Hey, y'all ready for Dabo to leave?" He was like, "No. We like not yet. Like Dabo just doesn't want to cheat. He doesn't want to do NIL and cheat." I'm like, "It's not cheating anymore." He's like, "Well, yeah, it is. You pay to play is cheating." He refuses to do it that way. I'm like, "All right, well then y'all are gonna stink for a really long
If
time."
you enjoy these 4 lost seasons, or go ahead, just keep rolling. Now.
They're losing to Kentucky right now. What's Kentucky's record?
7-5.
Yeah. They're losing to Kentucky. Now, they may win, but they don't look good. And the offense at Clemson seems prehistoric a little bit. Like, it's almost like you need Trevor Lawrence to be good. And any offense that has Trevor Lawrence is going to be good. You haven't been able to do it without him.
Is Will Shipley
No.
McCaffrey or no?
No.
I don't think so either.
Not even close.
I don't think so either.
Not even close.
It was almost like the rise of McCaffrey because I could remember seeing his high school tape and I just remember being like, I mean, okay.
No, not even close, dude.
But he was the number 1 running back coming out at that time.
Who, Shipley?
Yeah, in the country.
Was he really?
The country.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And I was like, he's good, but I didn't see that.
He ain't McCaffrey.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
He ain't McCaffrey.
Okay, just checking.
Damn. Can you imagine if that was the case? Can you imagine if Saban retires and Kirby goes to NFL? I don't think it's gonna happen, but that would be.
I'm not even
a
I
wild.
wouldn't even put that in my
with
mind
all
because I can
the-
tell you right now, it's not happening.
I know it's not gonna happen. Like with all of the changes that's happening in college football right now, and the SEC getting Texas and Oklahoma, and Georgia and Alabama being in the championships all the time and being in the playoffs, and then in 1 year, the 2 top coaches in college football gone. I don't think it's gonna happen. I really think both of them are gonna be
Okay,
there
if you
next
think
year.
Kirby's going to the
I
league,
don't. I don't.
Okay, well, where would he go hypothetically?
The Falcons. If they fire Arthur Smith.
That means he'll be right back at Kentucky in a year and a half. Then think about it, bro. When Saban was here,
I'm with you.
Kirby was right around that squad at the time. If you don't think that they've been talking, because they got huge mutual respect for each other.
No doubt.
What Miami didn't have then was a quarterback. What the Falcons don't have now is a quarterback. If he's going anywhere, Hey, man, look, listen.
Well,
let me talk to you. You got to go somewhere that
here's
has
the deal.
a guy that had a bad year for whatever the reason.
Miami didn't have a quarterback. How crazy would the entire landscape of football in general, let's go back to 2005. No, 2004, right? Saban leaves, goes to Miami. Saban decides, I don't trust Drew Brees' shoulder. I'm going to sign Dante Culpepper instead. Drew Brees comes to New Orleans, right? Had Saban signed Drew Brees in Miami, Saban may still be coaching the NFL, right? Never had to worry about him coming back to Alabama. Never had to worry about him winning 8 national championships. Now, the Saints would have stunk. The Saints probably wouldn't still be in New Orleans. The Saints probably would be in San Antonio now. But, boy, how crazy would everything have been if that would have happened?
Based off of 2 dudes, huh?
2 dudes.
LSU would have the 6 national
I
championships.
don't know if 6, but LSU would definitely have more.
They would have had less of a
They'd have
roadblock.
2011. They'd have at least one more. Probably more because you would have lost
Here's
to
the
Alabama
question.
like you've lost to them.
I also don't think the continued upgrade of the SEC would have happened if
No doubt.
Saban doesn't come back.
No doubt. What Saban did at Alabama is Saban changed college football.
What he did to LSU at the time, which you already saw LSU as this, and we were able to keep it rolling at what it was for a while. And then what he came back and did at Alabama just made the rest of the conference say, hey, man, there's
gotta
only
catch
way.
up.
There's only one way.
No doubt. That's wild to think about. Actually, we talked about that last night. That was a wild.
That sounds like camp talk.
That's a wild sequence of events. But think about it though. It's not like that far fetched. Like Drew Brees was there interviewing for that. Like they talked to him, and they didn't. Saban didn't have wasn't confident enough to say, I think his shoulder's gonna hold up.
Yeah, the team doctor was Danny Cannell's father, and he's the one that said he didn't pass his physical.
Yeah, Danny Cannell.
So Cannell's, and now, why do you think Danny Cannell hates the SEC so
That's
much?
His dad gave bad intel to
Nick Saban, who sent him to the SEC, it's all his dad's fault.
Danny Cannell's dad's fault. It's all his dad's fault. What are y'all doing this weekend?
Nothing. I have no plans. That's what I'm saying. Once you get to this age for the new year, it's nothing. Like
I don't have any New Year's Eve plans. I gotta go to Lafayette tonight, and I'll be there tomorrow.
What you got?
Family?
Engagement party?
Nope. Well, for Saturday night, my little cousin's getting engaged. I got engaged. But
It's the only guy I know that's past 30 and is still at engagement parties, weddings, every other
bachelor parties.
every other weekend.
well, no, bachelor parties was this guy's. That was the last one I went on.
It was a while back.
Yeah,
Damn, that's almost a year.
I know.
Post
No, it is.
Post it on your Instagram.
No,
More than a year ago.
Well, the bachelor party.
The
yeah.
bachelor. Oh, you're almost at your wedding
Yeah,
anniversary.
yeah.
I still have.
Well, the problem is I have such a big family.
Yeah.
Like,
I got a big one too, but good God.
I have 3 weddings coming up in 2024.
I got weddings in January.
January,
Cousins'
February,
weddings
March.
in January.
Yeah.
But I have
March for me.
So I have something on Friday night. I can't really say it because it's a surprise. So I can't. So something tonight in Lafayette, and then
Tonight? So you got to go back to Lafayette twice this weekend?
I'm staying at my mom's house tonight, and then Alex meet me tomorrow during the day.
We're doing
We go to Reds. Get the Moffat method at Reds.
Upstairs or downstairs?
I'm definitely downstairs. I'm gonna take a picture and send it to Tommy. Like, hey, just because you talk shit to me.
Make sure you show them that here's the stairs.
Reds
We'll be going up there.
Listen to me. Reds is a great place.
Somebody put it on.
Reds is a great place to go out. Like, you can go work out, get a nice workout. You can go recover there. You can go eat there.
Get shit faced there.
You can get shit faced there.
It's crazy.
Good lifestyle spot.
Uh-huh.
Everything
Yeah.
under the sun.
Yep.
They just need a golf course.
You see a lot of people in there.
Somebody was
You know.
on Twitter that went there they weren't from Louisiana and they went to like Reds for the first time. Like somebody was like, go get a day pass at Reds, and he's like, this place. He was like tweeting it out, like taking pictures, like this is one of the best workout facilities I've ever been in. Everybody was like, yeah, dude, it's not. This is old news. Everybody knows about it. It's like the first time when people go to Buc-ee's where they're like, what's going on here?
Dude, it's unbelievable.
It is.
Speaking of Buc-ee's, I took a trip in Buc-ee's the other day. Oh my.
It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Anything you need. Food's awesome too.
It's unbelievable.
Talk about if you want to steal from a place, my God.
Here we go.
Buc-ee's is hand over fist.
Here we go. What do you like? When you get to Buc-ee's, would you rather get there in the morning time and get breakfast, or would you rather get there? Do you like the lunch, dinner?
Nah, I'm not that versed in Buc-ee's. I really.
I love their breakfast. Their breakfast burritos and breakfast tacos are unbelievable.
He's not wrong, but everything they do is fire.
Huh?
Everything they do.
Everything they do is good. And they got all the ices you need.
That place has to absolutely print money, huh?
Oh, it's packed right now.
Oh,
no doubt. No doubt.
It's not even a question. 100%.
No doubt, dude. We're coming back from. We went to the beach on Labor Day weekend, and we're coming back from Gulf Shores, and we're passing by the Buc-ee's on the way home, and it was blocked off. It was like all this traffic, and there was a cop, and they had a helicopter evac somebody out of a
Coach,
car.
oh wow.
And I was like, damn, we can't go to Buc-ee's.
I went on Christmas. I went on Christmas Day, and you would swear it was the day before everybody was traveling. I'm like, yo, I thought y'all supposed to be celebrating right now. Like, I thought I was gonna be the only one in this thing. No.
And if you walk into the wrong side of the Buc-ee's, you're trapped. If you go to the decor section first, you're like,
oh yeah,
why are people at Live Laugh Buc-ee's?
Oh, listen, you got beach chairs, you got grills, you got
signage,
anything you need,
apparel,
Legos. I'm like, what you doing with Legos and Buc-ee's?
It's unbelievable.
Probably get a PlayStation. They're building one in Ruston.
Started from a trucker because the bathroom wanted clean bathrooms.
Clean bathrooms.
Got them.
He got them.
And cheap ice.
Cheap ice. Clean bathrooms, cheap ice. All the ices, all the selections of ice you can get. Great food. They did look.
Keep it simple.
They did
simple ideas really seem to take off and run.
No doubt.
They're building one in Ruston, 2025.
Are they?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That makes sense. There's a lot of ways. That's like you can go to Texas, you can go to Arkansas, you can go to Louisiana.
That's the crossover spot right there.
Yeah.
Oh, I passed through Louisiana, man. Where you passed through? Ruston. Oh, shit. You might as well have been in Arkansas, boy.
Yeah. I mean, that's Louisiana, but, North Louisiana, South Louisiana, a little different. Not in a bad way, just different. Just different. What else we got? Lloyd, you got something for us?
That is pretty much everything. I was just looking through Twitter to see if anything was breaking.
LSU has their 5-star, their transfer from Kentucky basketball player. He is now back on the court. He was hurt, I guess.
Probably something to do with the transfer rule.
They say he was injured.
Well,
so they said. What we got going on here in this game? We got 35-30, Kentucky. 2.5 minutes left. Clemson's got the ball on the 32-yard line. LSU's got 9 bowl games. They're 0-1 right now with A&M being the only loss, only game played so far. So you got a lot of SEC. If you want to watch the SEC, there's about to be a bunch of bowl games being played over the course of now and the playoffs.
And Jacques Doucet just put this video out of Brian Kelly at his presser. Obviously, he asked about Lampsard's absence and, quote, I think it's a good time right now for us to just focus on the guys that are with us right now, and then we'll pick up those conversations with him and his family after the ball game. Another quote saying, I think he's looking at his role at LSU and evaluating it.
Great answer. Has somebody asked about the Michigan job?
I don't think anybody's asking about the Michigan job, but we did talk to Jacques before he left. He goes, maybe a young Jacques Doucet would have tried to slide that in. He goes, but
he ain't doing that.
He goes, I don't think I need to do that anymore.
No.
Because he's had many a run-in with Nick Saban, and he was just like, it's just not worth it.
It's not. You just let it play itself out.
Yeah, you're not going to change anything, but people do want answers. It's your job in the media to do
I threw out a couple texts.
There's nothing to give at this point.
Yeah. I threw out a couple texts yesterday. Crickets.
Yeah. It's all
Brian
quiet.
didn't respond to me.
Yeah. I think it's all crickets anyway.
BK didn't send me a text back.
As long as Jim's still manning the job, he ain't going anywhere.
No doubt. We'll find out a lot next week. Like a week from.
We may find out a lot Monday night.
Well, we'll find out a lot probably in 2 weeks after the national championship game.
We may find out a lot Monday night.
If he loses?
If Jim and them lose, the talks.
You think they're going to make the decision?
No. Okay. But I think the talks may start swirling at that point. To where by the time you wake up or mid-afternoon Tuesday, you may know something about, or there may be rumors about what's going on with Jim.
True.
It's not vacant right now. So
right.
Thinking that there's going to be there's no decision to be made right now.
Right.
For Harbaugh, does he have to wait for? He doesn't have to wait for the Chargers season to end, right? He can just.
No, but they
haven't. I mean, they have to offer him the job. I don't know if they've offered it to him. The rumor was they're talking to him.
They have to go do their diligence in sense of actually doing the interview process. which everybody's still in the regular season, so no one else can interview for the job right now.
Right.
So they can't give him the job during the regular season. So, like, that's not a thing, you know?
Yep.
Because that's what it seems like.
But Harbaugh can do his interview in Week 18.
That's what I was wondering, if he had to wait until after the bowl season was over.
I'm pretty
'cause
sure.
he's under contract.
No, I'm pretty sure,
technically.
like, once. I'm pretty sure if they were, in theory, if they were to lose out Monday night, that he can go and interview and be the one that has already interviewed, even though none of the other NFL coaches can during the regular season. And I think that ball can get rolling at that point.
Yeah.
Because from the only real like point of reference I have for this is with Petrino and the Falcons and Arkansas, right?
That was a mess.
But no, they tried to. So Petrino was currently with the Falcons, and he was trying to interview for, I believe it was the Arkansas job or the Louisville job, one of the two, Arkansas, I believe. And he flew to Atlanta to meet with their agents, and Arkansas was like, "Are you still under contract with the Falcons?" And he's like, "Yeah." They're like, "Dude, we can't be here right now. We can't talk to you while you are currently under contract." So his team left. He literally quit the Falcons, and he's like, "I'll be back in a couple hours." Left the note, came back, and negotiated the deal for Arkansas.
And then got in a car accident and broke his neck.
Motorcycle
accident.
One vehicle accident. The sun was too bright. It was in his eyes.
It was in his eyes.
And then he said
It looked like it in the mugshot. So that's
Yeah.
He said the wind was blowing too hard.
I do have a conversation. This is a completely different topic, but we're kind of running out of time, and I want to get y'all's opinion on.
I do want to ask before we leave
Okay.
if you think where would you put the chances of Harbaugh taking the Chargers job?
Oh, so you flipped to just the Chargers job now?
I think that's where I think makes the most sense. But any job, NFL job.
I think there's a high chance. If they don't, they don't win it, I think it's a really high chance. Especially if they get embarrassed.
I mean, I think there is a good chance.
And that's what leads me to where
I know that's the scary part, because
I think it's heavier than
if
50,
he turns and says no, then we don't talk. There's no conversation anymore. But if he says yes,
who's on that short list for Michigan?
now there's a conversation.
I just don't see it. I really don't. Like I legit do not see it.
You don't see Brian Kelly going there?
No, man.
I don't. It's hard for me to look at it too, but
even if Harbaugh, like I get the ties that's possibly there. I get.
I'm on the exact same page.
All of that, but these guys get these. Hey, like I don't know who Brian's agent is. I don't know who Harbaugh's agent is. But these conversations go on in those guys' circles a lot. And I would imagine that, like, this is year 2 for him here. You know what I'm saying? It's not like Brian's been here for 5+ years and you're like, oh, man, maybe it is getting stale. Maybe that might be the move for him. I would imagine that those agent talks come up and you're like, hey, we don't know for sure, but you could possibly get this one in a couple years. This conversation has been going. It's just hard for me to believe that he would pick up where he's been for 10+ to come down here to leave and go back to another spot and start all over again. And I get it, closer to home, blah, 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 blah.
That's
back
where
in that area,
I'm
blah, blah, blah. I understand all of that.
That's where I am with.
I get all of that. I just don't see it when it comes to him. Because he's running the show at this point, right? Like, wherever he's going to go, he is going to be the prize cow of whatever it is. So, like, I don't see it at all.
I'm with you. I'm on the same exact page as you.
He did say this was the last stop on the Brian Kelly coaching tour, but he also,
Nick Saban also said he wasn't going to the NFL.
And the last part of the quote.
Yeah, but Nick Saban wasn't 60.
Right. I'm with you. No, I'm just saying.
He's just talking about based off what you said.
No,
you can't
I know, but that's my point. Like, we can't draw the same comparison about who said what when they said it.
Different places in their career.
Nick wasn't 60 when he said it.
Yeah, the Brian Kelly, but he finished it with, I don't ever like to put myself in a box. That's how he kind of like ended that. So it's not like he absolutely shut the door.
Yeah, but that box may be, if I go and blow it out the water these next 2 years.
I might quit.
No. You're not going to stick me to this contract I'm already on. Extend me.
It'll be interesting because if it's not if it's not Brian Kelly, I'm just interested to see the other names in which they try to shop in, because Michigan is that's a landmark job, I would say.
It's a big one.
They're looking for a big fish.
It's a big one.
Charles Woodson.
Shit, why not?
Why not? No. I don't think.
But it does feel like it would be just because even without the smoke, it seems like that would be a name that would get mentioned regardless. Is Brian Kelly?
True.
I can see why the rumor mill is spinning.
No doubt. I mean, it's gonna continue to do that. Like until
I think who knows? Maybe they're the ones leaking the Brian situation in sense of, hey, if we can leak a big fish, we may be able to grab another big fish.
Put the bait in the water.
There you go.
I mean, this all goes back to
and get them sooner the way like we want them. So where people like, well, if they don't get it, he's gonna take it. No, he was never in.
smokescreen.
Smokescreen.
I mean, we need to wait for Herb Street to report on this, right?
Why?
The last time LSU and Michigan were linked to each other was before the
Les Miles.
SEC championship in the 2007 season.
Yep.
Literally had to call his own press conference to address the rumors of him going to Michigan.
Yeah, I remember that. I was a part of that team.
How was that locker room? We're like, where's the coach?
No, we had a meeting too, and he basically kind of said the same thing. So we're like, oh, okay. So this isn't stuff we've just been hearing. It's kind of been going on. Okay, got it.
Damn strong football team.
Damn strong football team.
Have a great day. Hell yeah, Parallel, run it back.
All right. Great show. Great Friday. Great weekend coming up.
I'm so excited to watch LSU play, man.
Me too. Mistake of the day is brought to you by what? Dozy Place.
Mistake of the day. We went over it a little bit, but it was the Bill O'Brien, and him basically taking a shot. And people keep their receipts these days. Jalen Milroe seemed to be.
Everybody loves to keep their receipts. They love coming back for returns.
You think Geno Smith is writing back now or no?
Huh?
That what Geno Smith said.
Yeah.
I think
everybody wrote me off. I didn't write back.
Except for Drew Lock.
A lot of people like to, I told you so.
Yeah.
That's okay. Motivation, baby, motivation. All right, Curtain Call is brought to you by our friends at Assured Partners.
And?
Me. What we got today, boys?
My curtain call was I have this. It's obviously whoever was in the Pop-Tart.
God damn it!
It could be a joint.
I'm gonna do this. Do it with you.
It could be a joint curtain call because let me pull it up. Bustin' with the Boys put out a hype video of just everything that he was doing, and it is elite. And I don't know. I was having this conversation yesterday. Was that planned for him to be the star of the show? Or was this like a guy saying, I fucking love Pop-Tarts. Like, I want to be the Pop-Tart guy. And they're like, all right, cool. And
no, I think it was an example of, hey, I hired you to do a job, and I'm going to have the most fun I can possibly have being a Pop-Tart, and ended up going viral. That's what I think happened.
Because there's a world where if you tell me I'm going to be the Pop-Tart guy, and I want to go all in, what drugs am I not taking? Like, that guy could have been out of his gourd. And I mean, he took some chances. There's not only obviously.
Are you gonna show the highlight film?
Yeah. Not only is it that he wanted to be eaten. That's the weirdest part. Like, not only his antics, it was the fact that he wanted to be eaten the entire time. Like, eat me.
I mean, this guy was a rock star. What's your favorite Pop-Tart?
Strawberry.
I'm a big strawberry guy. Toasted or not toasted?
Give me not toasted. Right out the bag.
My favorite.
Look at this.
They eat him. This is all he wanted. This is a dream come true. Pop-Tarts are meant to be eaten.
That's crazy.
They even put the strawberry one as the poster child one, so that should show you what they think about it.
Oh, here's the real one. That was just him being eaten. Hold on. This one's better. But my favorite is brown sugar cinnamon in the toaster, a little butter on top.
That's not a little butter?
Butter?
Don't knock it till you try it.
Jesus Christ. Butter? On top of a Pop-Tart?
Huh?
The brown sugar cinnamon, it's like a little breakfast treat.
I know what the brown sugar cinnamon I can get on board with.
It's a good
With the
one.
butter?
Honorable mention, probably.
I like
Give it a shot.
sometimes the chocolate ones as a little dessert's not bad either.
S'mores.
S'mores are good too.
But give me the strawberry.
Look at
Classic.
this. They did a good job with the highlight video.
Hey, they've been making that strawberry one for so long.
It's OG, dude. It's OG. Is this the guy that was in it?
Yeah. Just an unbelievable run for Pop-Tart guy.
Oh my God.
He was on the field. He slaps the referee on the ass, Do you see that? He force feeds one of the interviewers. He obviously can't talk because he's in a Pop-Tart costume, and he's like, would it be uncouth for me to eat a Pop-Tart in front of you? And his handler was like, no, that's what he wants. It's his dream for you to eat Pop-Tarts. Like, eat it in front of him. And it was just got so out of hand, and it just makes you wonder, this is going to be the thing going forward, right?
Oh, it's great.
It's going to be
This guy's going to get paid a lot. This guy's going to be like the Philly fanatic of bowl games.
He's going to get hired to do other things. Like it's
Pop-Tarts are going to make a resurgence now. Even more so than they already are because of this guy.
There's another. Oh, it's Tony the Tiger has his bowl today. And so they're.
Well, Tony's guys. These guys
cut out for him.
Now here's the deal: is Tony the Tiger going to see what happened last night and try to be too much?
That's what
I don't know.
If he's
I don't know
ruin
because
it.
I feel like we've known Tony the Tiger for a long time.
Yep.
Right.
But is Tony the Tiger cool?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like,
we'll see.
If you try too hard to
We'll
be
see.
cool, you're not cool. It looks like it's hard.
Yeah.
Pop-Tart guy just felt like he was just.
Well,
doing
we've never
this.
seen a Pop-Tart running around
Right.
being human either. So like
You're right.
that's different.
No predisposed judgments.
Hey, you make the entrance out of the toaster too. I'm with that.
Great.
He's going to be the ball.
I'm with that.
No doubt.
I'm with it.
See, Tony the Tiger talks, so that's also a wrinkle.
But I don't think this one does. He's going to be in a mascot.
Right.
So what is he? Cornflakes?
No, Frosted Flakes.
I mean,
My share of dirt. Sometimes I gotta wait clean, sometimes.
look at that.
Coach, this is exactly what I would have done. If you would have put me in
No
the Pop-Tart
doubt.
too, I'm going ham. Like it's
Look at the referee.
My man didn't miss.
I mean, this guy nailed it. Nailed it. I love that.
10 out of 10.
Yep.
It's
I'm gonna
the
give
most-
That's
my,
a great curtain call. What's yours?
I'm gonna give my curtain call to since we won't see y'all until then, all of the resolutioners.
Oh yeah.
Hey, whatever
Gym
you gotta
memberships.
do, whatever you gotta do,
Oh.
put it on your mirror, take a picture, write it down, whatever you gotta do. Just make sure you all stick to whatever resolutions you put out there if you are a resolutioner. And Happy New Year, so y'all.
Listen, you don't have to write. You don't. It doesn't have to be. Oh, I'm not gonna eat sweets. Or not gonna do this. Just do something that's gonna make you better in
Whatever it
2024.
is.
That's it.
Maybe I'll hop on the sober train with all these good coaches.
There you go.
I'm not expecting that.
You
one to
tried
stay
for a little
very
bit.
long.
8 days.
That was good.
Yeah, that's not gonna stay long.
What's your resolution if you had one?
I mean, you put me right on the spot. My resolution?
What's one that do you do the same one every year?
No.
Have you ever done one before? Did you do it?
I want to be more organized. Like I want to
Oh,
be
that
able
would
to
be
like.
awesome for everybody.
Wow, look, that was a shot. That was a shot.
No, you have a lot going on in your
I
life.
got a lot of things going on. I need to be more organized. That's my resolution.
Don't look at me. You answer the question.
Yeah, what's your resolution? That
Oh, same one every year. Get a six pack.
doesn't.
That's not a
It
real
hadn't
one.
worked out
That's
for you,
just
huh?
not a real
It
one.
worked
You're
once.
not really working that hard for this. What do you mean?
Yeah.
I'm close.
I've seen
I'm
your
always
everyday
I'm
life.
always close.
All right. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your New Year's Eve weekend. Enjoy your New Year's Eve. Be safe. Enjoy the bowl games. Enjoy the playoff games. We won't
Make
be.
my forehead smaller, but I can't do that one.
Can't
Surgery.
happen. You have the surgery. I don't even know if that works. We're not going to be here on Monday because obviously it's New Year's Day. The squad's got the day off. We'll be back Wednesday live in studio from 6 to 8 p.m. Be safe this weekend. Enjoy your New Year's Eve. Have a good time. Stay up and watch the ball drop. Or if you're old like me, you may not do that. Gamble responsibly. this
But
weekend.
gamble.
But gamble and drink responsibly.
But drink.
But drink. Enjoy the weekend.
Live
See
every
you on-
day.
Shut up. Live, laugh, love.
Live every day like your Pop-Tart, man. Live your day like that.
That's a good motto to live by because he had a great time.
That's my New Year's resolution.
That should be Lloyd's New Year resolution.
That's what it is now.
No doubt. We'll be back on Wednesday. We appreciate y'all. See y'all next week. Peace.
Bye. Oh, DK Metcalf
What?
signed it.
Sign what?